Greetings to the viewers. This is a video assignment for subject Statistics for Business and Economics with code DT10403, which is in section 1. Task 1 requires us to select 2 out of 4 firms to be analyzed to find out which firms are most attractive to the investor based on descriptive statistical analysis. We have decided to choose Sonic and Altec firm. After that, task 2 requires us to calculate the mean, mode, and median for the chosen firms, Sonic and Altec. First, we calculate the mean for both firms. The mean is the average value of a dataset. In the dataset, the average would be the sum of all of the values of the dataset divided by the total number of values. Our finding shows, by using this formula, the mean for Sonic is 399.42%, which is lower than Altec's mean that depicts 551.21%. This illustrates that the investor expects more on Altec's stock return than Sonic based on the mean. Next is the mode. The mode is the most common value in a dataset. In the dataset of Sonic firm, 410 ringgit is the mode because it is the value that appears the most number of times, which is in 2012 and 2013. While for Altec firm, the mode is 735 ringgit because that value appeared twice from 1998 to 2021, which is in 2020 and 2021. Last part for task 2 is the median. The median is the value found in the middle of an ordered set of data. In the data set for Sonic firm, which is ordered from the smallest to largest, the median would be the value found between two middle numbers of the data set, which is in 2004 and 2011. The median for Sonic firm is 368.5%, while for the Altec firm, the median is 567%, which the value can be found in the dataset between 2009 and 2010.
This is the dataset from Sonic Company to calculate the variance. The first column XI is the stock return in Ringgit Malaysia between year 1998 until 2021 for Sonic Company. The second column is XI minus X bar. X bar is the mean that we got from task 2. The third column is the answer we got from column 2 that we need to square it to get the value. Then we sum up all the value from column 3 to calculate the variance. The total we got from column 3 of Sonic Company is 225,655.93. Next, it is also the same as the previous table, but the dataset is from Altec Company. We repeat the calculation as the same as the previous table to get the variance for the Altec Company. The total we got is 531,065.86.
This is the calculation of variance, standard deviation, and coefficient of variation of Sonic Company. Variance is a measure of variability. It is calculated by taking the average of squared deviation from the mean. The variance formula is S squared equals to summation in bracket xi minus x bar or mean, and then we square it, and divided by n, which is the number of data values of a sample, then minus 1. The answer we get for the variance is 9,811.13. Next is standard deviation. It was measure the duration of a dataset relative to its means. Standard deviation in finance is often used as a measure of relative riskiness of an asset. For the formula standard deviation, it's pretty simple. We just need to square root of the variance. So the answer of standard deviation for the Sonic Company is 99.05. Next is the coefficient of variation. In finance, the coefficient of variations allow investor to determine how much volatility or risk is assumed in comparison to the amount of return expected from the investment. The lower the ratio of the standard deviation to mean return, the better risk-return trade-off. The formula for the coefficient of variation is the standard deviation divided by mean. The answer we get from the coefficient of variation of Sonic Company is 0.25. This is the calculation of variance, standard deviation, and coefficient of variation for the Altec Company. The calculation is exactly like the calculation for the Sonic Company. After calculating, we can get the variance for the Altec is 23,089.82. For the standard deviation is 151.95, while for the coefficient of variation is 0.28.
Hello everyone, my name is Weklian Agindam and my matrix number is BB21110125. And today I will be presenting task 4, which is 5 summary values table for Sonic. First and foremost, the minimum value for Sonic is 297, while the maximum value for Sonic is 613. The 25th percentile for Sonic is 319.5, and the 50th percentile for Sonic is 368.5, and lastly, the 75th percentile for Sonic is 425.75. So let's move on to the next part, is calculation for the value of the percentiles. So the formula that we use is LP equal to n plus 1 and P divided by 100, which means P is the percentile that we use, which is 25, 50, and 75. So as we can see here, the value of 25th percentile is equal to 319.5, and the 50th percentile is 368.5, and the value of 75th percentile is 425.75. Next, let's move on to the outliers. So the formula that we use to detecting an outliers is interquartile range formula, which is quartile 3 minus quartile 1. So in this data set, we use 425.75 minus by 319.5 equal to 106.25, and multiply it by 1.5, which is equal to 159.38. So in this data set, to detecting the outliers, we use 319.5 minus by 297, so we get 22.5, which is smaller than 159.38. Thus, the value of 297 is not considered as an outlier. That's all for me. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Muhammad Nazrin bin Abdul Ghaffar, metric number 21110535. We'll continue to present the second firm that we chose, which is Altec. The minimum number for Altec value is 170, while the maximum number is 735, while the 25th percentile for the Altec company is 482, 50 percentile is 612, while 75 percentile is 686. Now let's move to the next part on how we calculate the value of Altec company. All we have to do first is to find the value of the percentile, 25th, 50, and 75th percentile. The formula to find percentile that we use is the same, is L25 equal n plus 1 times P divided by 100. And you can find the 25th percentile. Well, it's the same formula for the 50 and the 75th percentile. As shown in the slide, you can easily find the 25th percentile for the Altec company is 482, 50 percentile is 612, and the last one, 75 percentile, is 686.5. The last step is detecting the outliers. So you have to use the IQR formula, the IQR equal Q3 minus Q1. So in this data set, we found that 482 minus 170 equal 312 is bigger than 307.13. Thus, the value of 170 is considered as an outlier. So there is an outlier for the Altec company. And we can conclude that 170 is considered as an outlier because it's smaller than 307.13. That's all from me. Thank you for listening.
The conclusion is Altec firm have the highest mean than Sonic, which is the investor expect more return on Altec firm. Second, Altec firm have the mood that is bigger than Sonic. Third, Altec firm have better median than Sonic.
In conclusion, for the variance, having a higher value means having a higher risk, but also a higher return. Sonic will be a safer choice to invest in, but Altec could possibly offer a higher return. Next, for the standard deviation, the higher the value means more spread out the values are in the sample. So it was difficult to know whether a certain standard deviation is considered high or low. For the coefficient of variation, it was used to compare the mean expected return in an investment relative to the expected standard deviation of investment. In our case, Sonic would be better to invest due to its lower value of coefficient of variation, although both are approximately the same value.
As for the conclusion, Sonic maximum number is higher than Altec company, which is 297 for Sonic and 170 for Altec. However, the minimum number for Altec is higher than Sonic, which is 735 compared to 613. 25th, 50 and 75 percentile are higher on Altec company, which is 482 on 35th percentile, 612 on 50 percentile, and 686 on 75 percentile, while Sonic depicts 319.5, 368.5, and 425.75. Overall, most of the value on Altec are higher than the Sonic. Altec firm will more encourage people to invest because of their activeness in the market activity.
From our overall observation, we choose Sonic firm to make an investment. This is because as an investor, we want to have a low risk when investing. Sonic is the best option based on our coefficient of variation calculation. Other than that, Sonic also has higher minimum and maximum values than Altec.